Welcome to the channel. As always, I'm going to have some links down below in the description box to credit where I'm getting my information from. And yes, this is a controversial video in regards to YouTuber, gamer, Boogie2988, who usually comes at you live through the power of the internet. And the reason I'm talking about this is real simple, because to me this is still in the realm of gaming. It's the same thing with Dr. Disrespect. Or that controversial dude down there. I don't know who this is. I know it's Destiny, but I don't know who he is. That's XQC. Don't know who that is. That's Wings of Redemption Jordy. I've made videos on him before. That's Asmongold. Not too sure who that is. And then there was Keemstar that was also seen talking in a video call with Boogie. And then supposedly, allegedly, his real-life brother, who's a doctor, shared his take here. So normally, if this wasn't like a video YouTuber gamer, I would probably talk about this on my News Politics Controversial channel. So like I said, that's why I'm covering this. I want to get more into these kinds of things on my channel, so long as the person in question has something to do remotely with video games or how they're known predominantly. So there have been, I say rumors because I don't know. This isn't like the Dr. Disrespect thing where I was very clear with it, where I was like, forget that guy. It was one of my favorite people, and I had to let him go because the truth came out. His own admittance. So that was easy to put my foot down on. This now, I'm having a hard time, only because, I'll be honest, I'm only a few minutes into this here. Okay? He shut down his Twitter. Boogie2988, that is. Shut down his Twitter. He still has his YouTube channel up. Yeah, I mean, he is being accused of faking having cancer. So I started listening, started reading some of the tweets, watched another video. Somebody talking about it, forget who they were. That wasn't the point. Then I watched him kind of trying to defend himself. And I don't know, honestly, what's going on. But allegedly, this person here, biological brother, says, and I quote to those who are trolling my brother, I can confirm that his diagnosis of polycythemia vera is absolutely true. He's been suffering from this debilitating condition for at least 2 years. I stake my reputation as a health professional on this fact. And then added Keemstar for it. Now, my thing is whether or not it's true that he's lying. Will any of these people ever forgive him? Because a lot of people are saying this isn't the first time he's lied. He's said or done some controversial stuff. Not to start a war with anybody, but like, I love Asmongold. But he's been known to make, as pretty much we all have at some point maybe, made a controversial take, said something unrelated to video games, whether it's like the trains derailing in Ohio or Palestine or Fosse testing on dogs and stuff like that, and him saying, I don't care if dogs die, Keemstar screaming the N-word, XQC has been banned multiple times on multiple platforms, same thing with Wings of Redemption. Again, I don't know who this is or who that is. That's kind of my thing, is if we're going to forgive and try to move on from some of the things allegedly some of these other people have done, will these people do the same thing for him if it comes out true that he lied about it? Me, I don't know. I don't talk to him directly. I have a couple of times through Twitter over the years. He does remember who I am. So we kind of have like that small, decent online acquaintance. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I have his phone number. It's not like I can call him up. But he does remember who I am. So, for whatever that's worth. None of these people know who I am. So like I said, I do have a small friendship with him online. We've had a couple chats. He's DM'd me a couple of times when some people were trying to impersonate me. Yeah, me of all people. Who the hell's going to try and impersonate me? Apparently a couple people did. Because when it comes to social media power, like presence, like how well you're known, like everybody normally knows who these people are. Everybody on this screen, including Keemstar, like, people know who that is. Nobody knows who in the holy hot pineapple I am. And that's okay. I'm kind of like under the radar. But anyways, like I said, over the years, him and I have been able to chat a couple of times. We've had some good chats about video games, Magic the Gathering, his story and mine in real life, being on disability, having depression, just different things in life. And then finding YouTube as an outlet to be able to share videos with the world. Him and I both opened up our YouTube channels the exact same day, the exact same year. And only he took the ball and he ran with it. I waited 13 years or whatever it was, 15 years until after YouTube started for me to finally do something about it. So there are a lot of similarities. And then I used to be super big. I still need to lose some weight. I've lost about 120 or 130 pounds. I used to weigh around 350 pounds. So there was just a lot of things that I liked about him, how he spoke and all the things that he was into and a lot of the things that I could relate with him. And I think he saw that. And oftentimes, he would say something nice on Twitter, just something very neutral and normal. People were just always constantly slamming him for stuff. And it was okay, so he said and did something maybe he shouldn't have in the past, but so did your buddy, Keemstar. And I would keep going back to Keemstar because I used to do the same thing. And then I was blocked by Keemstar on Twitter for a long time. He recently, in the last year, unblocked me. We're cool now. I'm over the whole thing, where he did something. And as most people have, said and done stuff that they regret to different levels of severity, of course. Obviously, the Dr. Disrespect stuff to me is way up there compared to, what some of these other people may have done. And I'm not perfect either, right? Just nobody cares to know what I've said and done in the past. So with all that, I try not to be biased. And I, like I've said before, in the beginning, before the truth came out with Dr. Disrespect, I gave the benefit of the doubt to him until, the proof came out. It's the same thing I want to do with him before just crucifying him. I do want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I feel like that's just my personality. That's what I like to do. And in the future, if it comes out that it's a lie, he admits to it and all that, maybe over time, some of us, right, can learn to accept that apology if it comes to that, if it does end up, being a lie. But now that I'm this far into the video and with all my rambling for 8 minutes, I forgot to kind of mention, if you want to watch this, they break it down. Asmongold, rather, breaks it down. Because I do like how he does stuff like this. Again, I'm not saying, we have a lot in common, but I'm WoW obsessed. I've just always enjoyed Asmongold a shit ton. And that's that. And I just love how he's predominantly known for World of Warcraft. He'll stream. He does really, really good. I mean, if I did 1% of what he did, I would be on cloud 9. We both blink and move our eyebrows a lot, although you can't really see my eyebrows, but that's okay. And he likes to talk about various different topics. He was getting more views on his videos talking about the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial than some of the news outlets that were covering it on YouTube. So it was just kind of wow, And I like doing stuff like that, but because I don't have a large enough of a following to be able to spread myself all over the place with multiple different topics, I've tried to kind of keep it more simple and focused. So again, I defend this video with the fact that this has to do with gaming. All these guys are known for video games. I do my cringy, goofy Batman stuff. That's sort of my side piece on YouTube. Everything else generally is this. I have a wrestling channel that I've dedicated to wrestling. And then one that I've dedicated to news, politics, and controversial topics that I've called NPC. That's the acronym. And funny enough, it's all about not being an NPC. Don't be programmed to believe something you just don't believe and feel. Right? Everybody's attacking him right now. But I will leave with the number one piece I have to admit that doesn't look good. It's the fact that him, Destiny, Asmongold, and some other people have been willing to put up, $5,000 each. I think it all added up to close to like $80,000. I heard somewhere, and a trip to Disney if he could just prove that his diagnosis is true, prove the paperwork of through the medical records that you do in fact have cancer. Now, Boogie said somewhere in this 30-minute video, I don't want to do that. It's all I have. It's my privacy or something like that. Like, my medical records is all I have. And I'm thinking, now to be that guy, not to go against him, but what is the difference between showing a piece of paper that says you have cancer versus you verbalizing it with us? He didn't have to share any of that. None of us would have known to begin with. Right? We only know about this because he brought it up. Nobody just woke up and had a Nostradamus forethought of, I think Boogie2988 has cancer. Right? He brought that up. So if he is so private about that discussion, then why bring it up to begin with? I have to admit that doesn't look good, because if somebody wanted me to prove the things that I got wrong with me, oh my God, I'd be like, hey, wait, let me go get the paperwork. Right? I'd be right up on that. What do I have to hide? Plus, I need the money. Right? And he's like, I wouldn't do it for 10, 50,000. It's like, oh my God, dude, all you got to do is just take a piece of paper and show, the diagnosis. Me personally, like I said, I don't understand that part. Like I said, some of these people, I don't know who they are. Like I said, I had a bit of a thing with him, not personally, but like through things that I saw and researched. I made a video on him before. And I don't have to be. I'm not a fan of him. Like I said, I don't know who that is. Him, I don't give a fuck about him. I don't know who Destiny is. This is the first time I've seen him, and like I said, I'm over the whole thing with Keemstar. We're on a fresh start, and it feels good to do that instead of always dunking and hating on people for their past transgressions and mistakes that they may have done, because I do feel oftentimes these people have grown, they've changed, and they've done so by proving it by not repeating said shit that they used to say in the past. By not repeating the behavior is what I'm saying, is how they're proving over time that these people have changed. So some people will say time and time again, he lies. I mean, again, I haven't dissected every goddamn single thing he's ever said. From a me to him thing, like I said, for a bigger content creator, he is pretty much the only one that's ever reached out to me, that's ever said hi to me, that's ever, acknowledged me. And I have to admit that is pretty cool, because I look up to some of these people, like I said, when I could see a lot of myself in him. And in the beginning of starting, my YouTube journey, he was the main person that I wanted to be like, because like I said, we had a very similar background story in a lot of aspects, in a lot of ways. So like a mixture of him and Asmongold are people that I aspire to be like. I mean, in the end, I like to think that I'm just myself and I don't remind you of anybody but myself. But unfortunately, that might explain why I will never have 2.5 billion views on my channel. That is just absolutely insane. And he's only been on YouTube for 5 years. I've been on YouTube for almost 6. And sweet holy pineapple, I only just hit 30,000 subscribers like 5.5 years into my YouTube. Anyways, that's not what this video is supposed to be about. But I do like making these videos sometimes. Not always in such a dark theme like alleged lying about cancer, because that's obviously not cool. But I do like videos where I don't have to watch anything. I don't have to play a game and show you how to defeat a boss in Elden Ring. Or I can just turn on the lights, the camera, the microphone, and just let my gums flap 100 miles an hour about whatever it is that's on my brain. Like, I haven't thought or given any thought as to what I would say. I thought this video was going to literally be 2 minutes long. It's going to end up, it's already fucking half as long as this one. So yeah, it was supposed to be a quick recap, under 5 minutes of this, and I did a terrible job. And so be it. That's my mistake. In the beginning, I wanted to quickly state, that if you want to watch this, if it's not obvious already, that you can do so. You can just click on the video so that you can get the full lowdown of Destiny going after Boogie, hearing, I think, one of his last videos of him defending himself. And that, for me, it's inconclusive. Like I said, I don't want to quite say, oh, yeah, he lied. Like, I'm not... I haven't seen everything yet to be able to make that conclusion, right? But like I said again, absolutely what's making him not look good is not so much not taking the money, but it's just not showing us I almost said the dental records. He's shown us that before with his mouth and all that when he got his new teeth. Is him not wanting to show his medical records to support the claim. Maybe he feels attacked because obviously people are questioning the integrity of what he's saying. So for me, that's the biggest red flag. Aside from that, I haven't had a chance to delve too much into this because the main focus of my channel isn't trying to dig up every little bitty bit of bullshit that people are potentially spewing out of their mouths, right? Like, I love this guy. I don't really keep up with him. I'm too busy trying to keep up with myself on the goddamn platform, right? I don't even know if my channel got 2.5 million views. He's at 2.5 billion, sweet holy pineapple. So yeah, that's why I don't always have time to dig into this too much. Plus, like I said, 3 YouTube channels. One which is a dumpster, well, they're pretty much all dumpster fires. But my news, politics, controversy one is the most difficult to work on because of the sensitive nature of the world that we're in. We got to tippy toe on everything we say about how we feel and think. In fear that we get canceled. And if I say the wrong thing on that one channel, all 3 of my channels go down the toilet because it's under one AdSense account, right? Each YouTube channel is not independent of one another. They're all tied in together. So you really got to be careful about what you say. So, and a lot of these people have been banned from the platform or some kind of platform before. So again, it's going to be interesting, like I said, moving forward. If it is irrefutably proven that he lied, will some of these people eventually be able to forgive him if he does apologize and admit to lying, if in fact he did lie? You can let me know down below what you think. Try and keep it a little civil. Things that are too hateful have to be deleted if I see them, because even comments, believe it or not, and that's why oftentimes some people like this, they won't leave the comments go, because you can actually get in trouble sometimes with the comments. They're much better now, but usually bigger content creators are able to get away with that. Smaller channels, I've been told or have heard that it's a little bit less forgiving. They kind of expect you to kind of clean up the mess if people are being extremely vile in the comment section. Has nothing to do with me being offended by it. So yeah, let me know what you think down below about this situation. Have you seen this video? Do you care about Asmongold reacting about this kind of stuff? It's pretty big news. I mean, he's doing it. He's Asmongold, for crying out loud, of all people. Super rich, super successful. He doesn't need to be talking about this. He just made this morning and he's already out of court. He's already got as many views in 8 hours in this one video as what I get in an entire month across all 3 of my channels. It's like, holy cow. So yeah, that's kind of a big deal. He essentially made probably close to $600 in 8 hours just for talking about this. So yeah, absolutely. If I can, round up some extra views, I mean, that is why we do what we do. Sometimes I wonder why I still keep doing what I'm doing, because it's clearly not working that well, but I really do enjoy making this stuff, videos, and once in a while showing a little bit more of myself by sharing personal takes that I have on certain situations that don't always necessarily have to do with a video game directly. Thumbs up as always if you liked the video. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and trying to make me a little bit more relevant in search results when people are looking shit up on the internet. And if you didn't like the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs down. I'll bend it in half, twist it, and I'll break it off inside your rectum. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, Exactly. You know what to do, and if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, and if I'm lucky, maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.